The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of Worldwide Digital Broadcasting Corporation.
Whether she's walking the red carpet or doing interviews, you'll find her with celebrities and all the latest news. She's here, she's there, she's everywhere, she's always on the go. So sit back, relax, and get ready. This is the Corey Taylor Talks Show.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Corey Taylor Talks, live from Las Vegas, the #1 teen talk show. I am so excited about my guest today because I absolutely adore him, and I look up to him so much. And we have the one and only Mr. Will Edwards.
Hi.
Hi, Will.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my goodness.
It always feels like family when I'm with you guys. That's all I'm saying.
No, absolutely. We absolutely adore you. You are just truly the sweetest guy in the world.
Thank you.
You're so hardworking, and you're so fashionable too on top of it. And you just have a million things going on all the time, which is crazy, but you just handle it so well. It's amazing.
Yeah, I just don't sleep anymore. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know how you do sleep, honestly.
Well, fortunately, everything doesn't go on at the same time, number one. But the other thing is that I have a really good team that I work with. So
absolutely.
Without them, you just can't do it,
Oh yeah, definitely. But you're a man of many talents and many different things. You always are doing tons of different stuff. It's really kind of incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm really excited. I know you saw this on Facebook.
Yes.
But I just wrote a book.
Yes.
And I have to postpone my signing because I'm a dingleberry, and it didn't calculate well when they were printing and getting it released. But it's called "What Men Do Wrong: From Dressing to Grooming," and it's a whole fashion book. I've come up with 6 different types of men that I've named, and you go through it, and it tells you how he dresses and why he dresses that way, and kind of the mental state behind it. And then the rest of the chapters are just different chapters about little things here and there, little hints and tips. But then at the end of at the end of each chapter, it says, how do you help that guy? So for example, there's one of the guys in the book called the blender.
Okay.
And the blender is the guy who, he just blends in. Right. He doesn't think about what he wears or how it goes. He just puts it on and he goes out. He buys his jeans where he buys his milk. He's never purchased one pair of socks separately. They've always been in a pack. You know what I mean? So he's the blender, right? So you got to figure out, well, if your husband or your boyfriend is the blender, well, man, I really need him to step it up. How do we do it?
Right.
I'm not going to tell you. You got to buy the book.
There you go.
It'll be on Amazon at the end of the month.
No, that's really good. And I gotta say it, like, truly, when anyone meets you, like, the first thing, oh my God, like, the way he's dressed, like, your style, like, it really is impeccable. Even now, like, it's just, like, it's crazy. You always are dressed to the night, and you always look amazing.
And this is terrible for me. I didn't iron this shirt, by the way. So, but I thought since I had the jacket, it'll hide the wrinkle sleeves. I don't have to take the jacket off.
I probably shouldn't say that. I had the Febreze wrinkle releaser. I love that. I couldn't even iron if I wanted to. I have no idea how to iron, so don't feel bad.
All right, I can help you with that. I'm a very, very, very good ironer. But yeah, it's funny because I think that there's something to say about looking good, and I think that it's quite connected to your confidence, how you feel about yourself, and it communicates also respect for whoever you're going to meet or you're going to see at the same time. So there's a lot of that. So I started my own little company. It's called We Styling.
Oh, wow.
And it is style consulting, and it's also a blog. If you go to WeStylingLV.com, you can check out some tips and such on there. And but to be honest with you, it's just for the everyday guy who just wants to up his style. Maybe he got a new job. Maybe he just moved to Las Vegas. He doesn't really know. He wants to look better. He wants to hang out at a club or something. Or maybe it's just you got a new business partner. He wants you to step it up a little bit.
Absolutely.
So they come to me, and I have several different types of services that I do. One of the most popular is the shopping buddy. You know, the guy tells me, he tells me what he needs. I do some research. He tells me his budget. I research it. I find out how to get the most for his money, because that's another thing I found, that guys just spend money on things that don't fit and that don't work, and it's like not age appropriate. and then you know they're just held with like a $200 pair of jeans that they never wear because it doesn't really work. So my job is to make sure that they get the most for their money, and they get things that fit well. It looks good on them. It's great with their complexion, which a lot of guys don't think about. So WeStylingLV.com.
No, and you know, I was just gonna say too, it's hard. Like, even as a girl, I'm like, I have absolutely no idea what to do, and it's really difficult. And you always want to try to look your best and stuff, because it is appearance, even though it would be great if it wasn't the truth, but appearance is it's the very first impression people see you. I mean, it's a very important thing.
Well, if you know, you think about it like this: if two people walked into a room, you know, and one person walked in and they looked like they have been working on cars all day, and you know their nails are dirty and da. And then if somebody else comes in the room and they're put together, they don't have to be in $1,000 jacket,
right?
But you know they're tucked, they're clean. It looks. Who do you want to work with?
Yeah. Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's the whole thing, and I think that people get a misconception about. It's not actually a misconception. I'm going to tell you what it actually is. If anybody ever tells you, I don't care what anybody thinks, I'm going to dress like this, whatever, they just don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Absolutely.
It's just because everybody wants to feel good about themselves, and everybody, you know, you want to put your best foot forward when you step out of the house. The downside of it for me is that I always have to look like this.
But you always look great. It's a downside, but it's an upside. No, but you know, even at work, I try to dress nicer, and especially when I was a kid, I would just wear t-shirt and jeans. But now, like when I'm older, I try to dress a little nicer and stuff. And at work, everyone's like, you know, you don't have to like dress like that. And so I was like, but I feel better about myself, and it's not like I have low self-confidence. It makes me feel happier. I feel more presentable. I feel ready. Like, what if I just meet the love of my life, right? That you don't know, and you have to always be prepared, you know?
It is true. It is true.
Exactly. I completely agree with it.
No, I agree with you. And no one's saying that, you know, I tell guys all the time, it's less about how much you pay for it or whatever it is. It's about the detail. You know what I mean? I joke with guys all the time. They're like, oh, should I leave my shirt out with my blazer? I'm like, okay, first of all, you are not Rascal Flatts. Tuck the shirt in. Tuck it in. You know what I'm saying? It's just... It changes. Oh, now I can see your belt. Now I can see your belt matches your shoe. That's a detail that most guys don't think with. And then there's tons of other little things that you can do, like a pocket square.
Yes. Speaking of the pocket square, you know what? I love pocket squares. They add a little personality to everything. They really are. They're a great thing.
I think a good pocket square says to me, if I see a guy with a pocket square, it says to me, I own this look.
That's right.
I'm wearing this outfit. This outfit's not wearing me. I'm wearing it.
Absolutely.
And you know, a little while ago, I started another company. What's wrong with him? I started a company called Squareware by Will Edwards, and we started by recycling shirts. So I would take shirts and harvest the material and make pocket squares out of the shirts, and all of those pocket squares had a button on it to think back to the shirt.
Cute. I love that.
So that ran its course, and you know, you just get like, what next? And here's what happened. So a friend, and I'm going to take this out to show you what it is. A friend of mine he says, oh, you need some material for your pocket squares? And I said, sure. And he gave me swatches, you know, like when you go to get something made, they flipped all the little fabrics on the little board. So he gave me like a box and a huge bag of them.
Wow.
And I'm like, what am I gonna do with these? And then he posted a picture that he bought this pocket square at H&M or somewhere, and I was like, boom, that's it. So I started digging through these things, and so now I make a 4-in-1 pocket square.
Oh.
So it's 4-sided.
I love that.
And you can use any. This one's phrase a lot, so I kept it. I always keep the ones I mess up on, and then sometimes because I like it, I mess up my like oh no, I guess I have to keep this one. But they're all 4-sided, and because they're swatches, it's one of a kind.
Right.
So there won't be 2 of these ever again.
How awesome.
So we create these, we sell them, they're $20 and you get 4. So you can do, like, if you wanted to just do one color, you can just do one color in there. If you wanted to do 2 colors, you can just do 2. I usually do 3. Sometimes I get crazy and do 4 colors. But today I was rocking 3.
I like it because it's different. It's very unique. I love that. What a great idea.
That was
and that is an absolutely like perfect gift for Christmas or anything like that. I mean, it's perfect.
It is perfect.
Oh my gosh. No, that's awesome. Chill. And even I like wear blazers and stuff like that. So there you go.
Could do that. You could put it. I should have known.
I should have.
I should have bought you. You could take this.
No.
One. This is for you.
Yeah.
You take the one off of me. This is yours.
So funny.
Seriously, I should have brought you one.
No, my God.
So terrible.
No, but no, that's perfect. And your book, I mean, you could buy a book and a pocket square and a styling.
And a style?
What?
Well, I'm doing.
I mean, honestly, though, that's perfect.
If you go on the website, we're doing gift certificates now.
Oh, perfect.
For the services.
It's a nice gesture. It's not like you're being pushed. No, but it's saying like, hey, like.
I love you. And I want you to be the best that you can be.
Best? Exactly.
And that's all you have to say. Don't say anything else.
No, I love it. I absolutely adore it.
Thank you.
And so now let's talk about your shows. I mean, like I said, he is a man of everything.
Well, I'm really like I'm focusing on entertainment and fashion right now, and and as we move forward, we'll see how that goes and where it goes and so forth. But so yeah, oh my gosh, what show are we talking about?
Oh my God, well let's start with Stripped, because
yes.
I think that's an awesome show.
Thank you.
It's so fun. So why don't you talk a little bit about it?
So Stripped with Will Edwards, it came out of I was doing another show earlier, which was the Will Edwards Show. And which you know.
We've been a fan of that show for years.
We met through the Will Edwards Show, didn't we?
Edwards show. Oh. Yeah, because everyone was talking about it, and we're like, we have to go. That's when we first got into the industry and stuff, and we met you, and you're like the coolest guy on earth. So it was memories.
Memories like the corners of my mind.
I love the
Okay.
I'm very impressed.
So I did the Will Edwards Show for a while, and we did it in many reincarnations of that show, right? So we did it at Theater 7, little art house theater, fit like 50 people very uncomfortably. But we would pack that room out, and we would have
every night.
We'd have so much fun. It was like it was right. It was like a party. And then we moved to the West End. And we did it there for a while, and then we left the West End and went into studio and did it for television.
Yeah.
And then after that, I just did it for YouTube and all that kind of stuff. But once that ended, the guys at the studio that I was working with, Show Creator Studios, they said, "Hey, you should do we should do another show, like an interview show, like just a one-on-one sort of a thing, and really get down to the person behind the person. You know what I mean? Like." Who are we really talking about? Yeah. Everybody always asks you, "What are you doing now?" And how's your theater and da da da. But who asks you these questions? And so Stripped is the show. It airs on Facebook Live, so we do it live on the Facebook. So there's no editing, there's no going back, there's no fixing it. If you said it, you said it.
It's there.
If you said it, you said it, and it's gonna stay there, which is nice. But I have some signature questions that I use. I'm gonna ask you.
Oh my goodness, I'm not prepared.
So this is the other thing about Stripped is that we don't share the questions with the guests.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So let's see. Let's do.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Let's do. There's something that I do at the start of my show. It's called the 6 Not So Random questions.
Oh, I do random questions.
Do you
too.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So 6 Not So Random questions. Are you ready?
Okay. I'm ready.
Number 1.
No.
Man, I'm doing this on the fly, so I'm trying to be. Number 1. What is your favorite guilty pleasure when it comes down to television shows and food?
The Kardashians, and I love the Kardashians, and I love McDonald's. I love McDonald's.
There it is.
It's the best.
That's fantastic. All right, number 2, Star Wars versus Star Trek. What do you like more?
I don't care about either of them.
What?
I don't care about
What? You might get jumped. Well, not jumped. I'm by myself. When we leave here, oh my goodness, it's over.
Oh,
it's
no.
over. Your show's being
You
canceled.
ended my career well.
Sorry. Who is the number 3? Who is the most influential person in your life, and why?
My mom, because everything I have is because of her. So
She's fantastic.
she is amazing.
Very supportive.
Yes.
Really,
I
seriously.
can't ask for a better mom.
Number 4. This is a hard one. You ready? What was the best no that you ever received?
Oh my gosh, that's a really good one.
You can use it if you want.
I will. I will use. Yeah, and I'll give you credit.
Okay, give me credit, please.
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know.
Okay, you hold on to that.
Okay, I'll think about it.
Okay, number 5. If you knew you were going to be stranded on a desert island, you could bring one person, one thing, and one food item. What would it be?
Oh, okay.
Who's the person?
The person. I'll just do my mom.
Your mom. Yeah, because she's going to take care of
Right.
everything.
Exactly.
Yeah. She's like the MacGyver of
Exactly. She'll figure
of
out.
mothers.
She'll
She's
fight
the
the
girl. Oh,
tigers.
she'll fight everything. Yeah. Number 2, what thing would you bring that you can't live without?
I should bring like a weapon. I think a knife
Okay.
or a machete or something.
Yeah,
A gun. Well, gun would run out of bullets, so a knife.
Well, I had a guest that once told me, I'm going to bring a gun with unlimited ammo.
Oh.
And I was
would
like,
love
he's
that
like,
one.
and he says, can I do that? It's your desert island. Do whatever you want. Number 3, what food item would you bring?
Oh. Would it be unlimited?
It'd be unlimited.
Okay.
Because you have to eat.
Ooh. A steak. I love
Fantastic. And number 6, if you were, if somebody you just won $1 million, what is the first thing that you purchase?
a house.
Done. There you go. 6 not so random
There you
questions.
go. I
You see
love
how
that. Yeah.
It's a lot of
That was
fun.
good. Ooh. That kinda,
So we do it
that
because-
made me nervous. I'm not gonna lie, that made me nervous.
So we did a show where my first season, the guy who had the most views, he actually got to interview me.
Oh.
And that was nerve-wracking. Like, I didn't realize how nerve-wracking
It
it can be
is,
sitting
yeah.
in the chair. But you know what it is? It's like it's just about being honest and being yourself and you know, letting people in a little further than just the persona that we kind of put up.
Right.
You know, and the beauty of that show is that every show there's a magnificent thing that happens or something someone says and you're like, what? I had no idea that you know existed.
Absolutely.
So I love the show. I really do.
Oh,
And I'm
it
not
sounds
saying
great.
I really enjoy, let's just say this. I really enjoy doing this show.
Yeah.
I really enjoy doing it.
Absolutely. And then let's talk about We Comedy.
Oh, We Funny Comedy
Or
Show.
We Funny Comedy, yeah, that's right.
So we've been doing We Funny Comedy, believe it or not. In January, it'll be 1 year.
Wow.
No, I'm sorry. 3 years. It'll be 3 years in January. Not 1 year.
Wow.
3 years in January. And
That's crazy.
we do it every second Friday of the month
Okay.
at Inspire Theater downtown.
Oh, which is a beautiful theater. Too.
Beautiful,
That's
beautiful
awesome.
theater. And you know, we've just been slugging along and really bringing some really great comedians. There's so many local comedians that are just hilarious.
Yeah.
That we get an opportunity to work with. But every month it's a different lineup. The only thing that stays the same is my mug. I
is the
host it.
best.
This mug here stays
How
on the
can
stage.
you not?
And no, it's been a blast. It
Yeah.
really has. And you know, since doing it, it's almost like I've you know, there's this other world
Yeah.
of people. But I will say this. If you ever ask me in 6 not so random questions,
Okay.
what is the scariest thing that you've ever done?
I have asked that.
It would be stand-up comedy.
Oh, I bet. Like even okay, I will say this. I was in improv years ago. Like, I was really into it. And one of the games was stand-up. Like, and you do a minute of stand-up of something completely random. And I was petrified every single time. And I sucked at that game because it's so hard. I couldn't even begin to imagine. And doing that all the time. Like,
it's very interesting. And I think you know, I think when people do something well, the audience looks at it and goes, wow, that's easy. I could do that. But, you know, it takes something to be a host of a talk show. That's not just a walk in the park. I mean, there's a lot of things going on in your head as you're doing it. But with stand-up, it's the only thing that I've done in entertainment where people come into the room and they say, we came here to laugh, and you're on the stage, so you better make me laugh. And so you write this joke, and you think, man, this is very funny. This is gonna really, and you get on the stage and you do it, and everybody's like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
It takes.
Well, I think just comedy in general is so difficult. Like, that's probably the worst genre in general. I mean, even honestly, the 48 Hour, I'm always praying. Some people love it. I always pray, I'm like,
no comedy,
dear
no comedy.
God, do not give us comedy, because it's so hard, and everyone has different taste in comedy and stuff. Like,
it's very
subjective. Straightforward.
Yeah.
Like, you'll scare someone.
You scare it, and that's it.
Drama. Straightforward, but comedy, there's just so many different types, and people are very picky about different types.
It's very subjective.
Crazy.
It's very subjective. And you know, the reason why I started We Funny is because people kept asking me, "Oh, you're a talk show host. Do you do stand up?" And I'm like, "No, I don't do it." And I fought it for a long time, and then finally, I ran into this young man who I thought was very funny, and I asked him, "You want to start a comedy show with me?" And he goes, "What do you mean?" I said, I want to do comedy, but I don't want to be ice water dunked. Right. I want to do it my way, you know, so I host it and I do some jokes between the comics, and it's exactly what I was looking for.
Perfect.
And so now here it is. It's been, you know, going on 3 years. Three years old.
That's awesome. You should be so proud of yourself.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm a serial lunatic. I'm just a lunatic. You know what I mean? I always have to have something, or when we ended the Will Edwards show, not just the television show, but even we ended the show at Show Creators, and I just sat on my couch, man. I just sat there, and I was so depressed. I just went into a bit of this deep depression of like, what am I doing? And then one day, it had to be like maybe a month out, and I went, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? And I realized I have to keep going. I got to keep moving. I got to keep creating, and that's what keeps me alive is the create. And of course, all of the projects that I do sounds bananas.
A little bit. A
little bananas, but it keeps me alive because I just keep going.
No.
And we just I have a little company called We Entertainment Group, and We Entertainment Group actually produces We Funny Comedy Show, and we just got hired. What is it? There's a quartet in the room.
The Minions.
It's the Minions quartet. Man, you pull out all the stops on these shows.
You're welcome.
And We Entertainment Group, we just got hired by the folks over at Classic Jewel. It's a cocktail lounge downtown to put another comedy
I was gonna bring
show.
That up.
It's called The Gems of Comedy, and it's just two comedians and a host. And the room is so classy and so cute and so like just perfect for comedy. It's very intimate because you're right there. You're standing like right in the middle. And I think that this show is going to like, I mean, your Thursday nights are going to be filled with the Gems of Comedy. You're going to want to go at as many times within the month as you can. It's every Thursday at the Classic Jewel at 9 p.m. So it runs 9 to 10. You could get in there at 8 o'clock, little cocktail hour. You know, you sit down, you chill out, then you go into the other space, and the other space is where you know,
Yeah.
where it all goes down, you know. I love it. I love it.
No, that's awesome. And truly, like I said, every single thing you do is just, and I'm not 21, so I can't go to some of the shows, but I wish I could because they look amazing. So I cannot wait till the day I turn 21.
Me too, yes. You got to come down. Free tickets when you turn 21.
Okay.
Free tickets to whichever show you want to come to. Let's do that. But I want to say I want to say something about you. Well done to you. Well,
oh my goodness.
No, seriously. And people do this to me, and I'm like, oh God, stop talking. I'm supposed to be interviewing you. But seriously, well done for hanging in and doing the thing that you love and not compromising on anything. And it seems like you guys have really, you always find a way. You always find a way. And that's a trait of successful people, is that you don't give up. And on this journey that we go on, there are several successes. It's not just one and you've made it. But you know, once you can write the script, that's a success. The script is done. Now once you can sit in front of a camera and do it, that's another success. And you get it posted, that's a success. And one person likes it, and you know. And I think that you've, along the way, because you know, I followed you every step of the way. I did my best to help you out as much as we could.
Oh, absolutely.
But kudos to you, really.
Well, I really wanted to bring this up. Like, truly, I always have looked up to you. Like, since starting the show, especially at my very first couple of shows, I was just a nervous little 14-year-old. I had no idea what I was doing.
It was good, though.
But I always was like, okay, how would I make this better? And I was always think about you and your show, the Will Edwards show. We were such huge fans of. Like, we would go there every single week, and like I always looked up to you. I really did, because you are an incredible host, Will, and an incredible guy on top of everything else, which is very rare. Not only are you super,
I'm still working on it. There's still some cracks in the. Still spackling, and
I don't think so.
I'm still spackling. There's some spackling going on. You can't see it. It's like behind, like the behind the scenes. I'm spackling and such. But no, I think
I really have always looked up to you.
But you've grown so much, and I don't mean like as a person grown, but in terms of being a host, you've grown so much, because I was on the show when you were 14.
Exactly.
And I'm like, you gonna ask me a question? But you know, you've grown so much, and it takes a lot to host anything. It takes a lot, and you do a great job, and I'm so proud of you and happy to be here.
Well, we really appreciate it, and we love having you. But speaking of, we have to take a quick commercial break, but then we'll come back and we'll be talking more to Will and all of his incredible things he has going on. So stick around.
Retrospects is a purveyor, if you will, of historical eyewear. Retrospects is located on the second floor, right across from the chandelier bar. So when you look at our store from the outside, it looks like there isn't much going on in here. And then you open the drawers. We actually carry authentic pieces from the late 1890s to the 1990s. We have almost 3,000 pieces in here. It's like a treasure trove reveal. We do have a collection of new glasses that we have reproduced ourselves. It's called the Cuthbert and Chen collection. The safe is our jewel. It's our baby. We love it. It's from 1903. It weighs as much as a car. It's solid steel. We use the safe to hold our most precious pieces, our museum collection, if you will. People come in to find glasses that are not something they're going to find everywhere else. Not something all their friends are wearing, and something that they can tell that story. We sell stories as much as we sell glasses. We have pieces that we can associate with very famous people from history, movies, special events that happened in the past. And some of the favorites are the Ray-Ban shooter that Johnny Depp wore in Fear and Loathing of Las Vegas, the beautiful frame France Parisian plastic aviator worn by Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon. Retrospecs is not just about glasses. It's about the experience. It's about how these glasses make you feel. We are a full-service optical shop, somewhere where guests can come to get repairs, restoration, can put their prescription in, can get them a quick pair of sunglasses for the pool, and can give them a really great, just fun experience.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Corey Taylor Talks, live from Las Vegas, the #1 teen talk show. Once again, we have the just fabulous Will Edwards, and fashionable and talented and so freaking funny. It's hysterical.
I still have to go home and pick up the trash, by the way, okay? So my head can't get that big. There's still things that I have to do.
I don't know. I think it should be I think it should be huge. But no, you are truly just amazing. And even during the break, we were talking about like all your stuff that you have to offer right now. I mean, Christmas is right around the corner, guys. And I really, for a guy, I can't imagine a better Christmas. If I was a guy, I would love all this stuff. Even as a girl, I'm kind of like,
could you do I've been asked if I did women, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know about women's fashion enough to know.
Well, you know, especially women's fashion, I think it's so subjective, and there's just
well, you know, I think style is subjective as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because I've seen people wear some stuff that I go, man, I could never pull that off, but they look good doing it.
Yeah,
they look good doing it. You know, but yeah, so you know, hit me up, guys. I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram. On Instagram, I am at Will the Show. Oh. Instagram and Twitter at Will the Show, and on Facebook I'm Will Edwards.
Perfect.
Boop-a-doop-a-doo.
No, but and your book too. I really want to talk about this book because I really think it sounds awesome, and it's such a helpful thing for basic. And
just an everyday guy, yeah. The book was, you know, the book came out of, you know, I have a full-time job as well. I need insurance.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And so I have to do some things to get that. But no, the book came out of that. I work at a store at Fashion Show Mall. I'm the assistant manager of Johnston & Murphy, which is a shoe, the oldest American shoe company.
Yeah.
And they do shoes and apparel and whatnot, even women's. We have some women's as well. But just watching men come into the store and not having a clue.
Yeah. About
what looks good on them and how it works and so on and so forth. And they have a really difficult time sometimes because in the book I talk about, I want to say it's chapter 3. Okay. I say it like this because I want to sound smart. In chapter 3 of my book.
I was going to say, I'm very impressed.
You know, it's probably not, let me just say something, it's probably not chapter 3. It's probably chapter 10. But in chapter 3 of my book, you can check out. But I talk about what happens when, you know, a partner says to another partner, you know, you should, you know, up your style, or let's get something with a different color. Because here's what happens. We are problem solvers. Yeah. It's just the way it is. Don't know why that is, but we are. If you sat down with a guy and you started talking about a problem you had and you just wanted him to listen, he's going to give you an answer. He's going to say, you know what you should do is... And you're like, just shut up. But we're problem solvers, so we solve problems. So the minute you say to him, hey, you should up your style, you just presented him with a problem that he can't answer. So then he gets so angry and so upset that he walks out of the store. He doesn't want to shop. He doesn't want to buy anything. He doesn't want to talk about it. He just gets frustrated. And it's less about whether he wants to do it or not do it, and it's more about what happens in his brain when that communication comes out. Absolutely. So that's where, you know, we styling comes into play, because then we take him and we say, hey, listen, let's just go out. You know, the shopping buddy happens like this. So once I have the budget, once we've done the free consultation, I found out what you need, and that free consultation is not just for me to find out what you need, it's also for you to feel, am I the right guy to help you? Because sometimes you might feel like, well, maybe you're not. I don't know. I'm not.
I can imagine that, though.
Well, honestly. You know, it's something, you know, you just never know, and I want to give you an opportunity to do your due diligence with me. Cool. You know, So then I pick a store or a few stores, right? So I'll give you an example. I did a giveaway of services, and a young man in town won. And we got together, we did the whole thing, and then he finally got the money he needed. He had a $500 budget, right?
Oh, wow.
So, and I've had many. I've had $300 budgets. I've had $2,000 budgets.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I love that budget.
Exactly, right? Me too. But he had $500, and I sat him down right before we went shopping. I said, "What do you want to get?" He says, "I want to get a blazer. I want to get a couple shirts, and I want to get some jeans." Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Let's go. So I took him to the store that I researched and walked through. And some of these stores, man, they're overwhelming. Even for me.
Yeah.
You walk into some of these department stores,
There's
you're like...
so much, yeah.
And that's what happened. Men get dizzy and you're going to run. So we took him in, and I had already swept the store once already, because that's what I do. That's my job, is to do that research. And I found a jacket that would fit him well and would look great, and he wouldn't have to, I knew that he wouldn't have to tailor it. I knew that. So he went in, put it on, fantastic, $135. It was 40% off, so he got it for $81.
Wow.
We started there. Went to find some shirts. He didn't know his neck size. He didn't know his arm length. So we did all that. We found him some nice shirts. So now he has like 4 shirts. He wanted a polo, so we got him a nice polo. And then he got his jeans. And then we get to the, and he goes into he comes back out. And in Macy's, everybody, this is, I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to you right now. In Macy's, at the Fashion Show Mall, on the 2nd floor, all the way in the right corner, when you walk in the back, there is a rack called Last Chance. And I'm standing at this rack, and he goes in to try on a shirt. He comes back out, and I reach for this jacket that I wanted. I wanted this jacket because I was like, oh my gosh, this is nice. Look at this jacket. And he walks out at the same time and goes, oh, what did you find me? This jacket. So I tried it on him, and he loved the jacket, and it looked great. It looked great on him. I went back. I got that jacket, by the way. No, I went back. But no, he bought the jacket, but we don't hang out in the same circles, so it's okay. But the jacket originally was $300, and we got it for $45.
Wow.
This is what I'm talking about when I talk about getting more for your money. You don't have to give up on quality in order to get more. You just have to know where to go and how to get it. And if you don't have the time to do it, or you don't like to, or you don't know how, that's when you hire me. That's right. So we get to the register, ring it up, $350 he paid for all of that stuff. So I took him somewhere else. We got him some T-shirts, some V-necks to go underneath his blazers to do a casual look if he wanted one. And then I talked to them a little bit in the dressing rooms about how you can take a jacket and change out the shirt, change out this, change out that. Definitely. So now you have 4 or 5 outfits that you can wear with that jacket. So it's a real learning thing, and I really want to teach guys how to do it. So it's just not. You're just not depending on me, I'm just trying to share the knowledge. So it's a great service, and I think the book kind of encapsulates it because it has all of these stories of all these guys who have helped. So
no, and it is, like I said, I think style is so important now, especially with the social media and everything. Everything's about style and the way you look and everything, and just meeting someone, it's basic human nature. That's the very first thing you see it's the appearance. You do see the book cover first before you read the book. I mean, it is.
It's true.
And so it's an important thing.
I think it's very important, and I'm really trying to, it pains me to when I go to shows here in Las Vegas and see people in flip-flops and cargo shorts. It just pains me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's a show. You dress up for a show, right? We dress up. You put a little effort. You go on to dinner, put a little effort. No, you don't have to be like in a tuxedo. But a little effort, we'll get someone to turn their head a little bit, or we'll get a server to, oh, hey, how are you, sir? And those are the things that come out of dressing well and being a well-dressed person.
And that's why everyone, really, when you walk into a room, everyone looks at you, and you have such a classy look, and it's very professional, and it's also fun. It has especially the pocket skirts. I think they add so much personality. They truly do. You stand out every time you walk into a room. Everyone's like, and everyone's like, there's Will Edwards, because everyone wants to talk to you and everyone knows who you are. So it's really awesome, Will.
Thank you.
And oh my gosh, we had the voice coming on. This is a rarity.
Uh-oh.
We haven't had the voice on in a while, people.
Wow. Oh, the voice.
The voice.
Because the voice doesn't want to be seen.
The voice would like to say
Yes.
that I have always loved the way you dress, because you know what's
Yeah.
cool about you? You really are. It's classy, but it's a fun look.
Exactly.
And it's a unique look. So like you can go in a really classy place, you fit in. You can go in a really fun place, you fit in.
Thank you.
You have your own like you say with the pocket squares and the little flower or whatever you do, your bracelet. I mean,
Yeah.
from top to bottom.
Thank you.
Truly, you are just.
I'm a
class
jeans guy
act.
though. I'm a jeans guy.
I'm a jeans girl.
Right?
But you make it look great. I mean,
you.
and you could go into the classiest place and you come off and you hit it like that. You can go into a fun, like you say, comedy shop or just and you look great and you.
It works for everything.
And you're unique.
It's
Like
crazy.
people do. Like as a woman, I look at you and I go, he's a class act. He
Thank you.
really. I mean
Exactly,
that.
yeah.
And the way you dress is so unique. And you see, yes, men dress up and but they usually dress like either like really classy where they're more classy or they're more fun. You have everything combined.
It's great.
Well, I think
perfect.
Seriously.
Well, I'll say this. I think that style is a reflection of your personality,
Right.
Yeah.
so to speak, and everyone has their own personal style. I mean, I think I think I say in chapter 1 in my book. But if you in chapter 1, I talk about that everyone has a style story,
Right.
whether that style story is growing up and you were a baby and you were a teen and now you're an adult, or it's I started here in the mail room, I moved up and I was middle management, and then I moved up and now I'm the CEO.
Yeah.
Everyone has a style story. If you look in your closet, you can see it. Oh yeah. Oh, that was. Oh my gosh. Get rid of that thing. But I think it's a reflection of who you are and how you feel about yourself, and I feel good.
Well, you look
And
great.
you look
Thank
great,
you.
yeah.
You always
Thank
do, and you have always been a class act.
Thank you. I
I
appreciate
just want
that.
to say that because you really do. I've always loved your
Exactly.
style.
Thank you.
And you are unique, and I think that's why you stand out, and that's why people know that, and that's why they do come to you because, you're down to earth, you're good, you're not one of these. Give me all your money, and
No,
you really
right.
do it to help people, and
Yeah.
and it shows from the inside.
Thank
so.
you. Don't go anywhere yet, Royce, because I just found out that you and I are officiants here in Las Vegas. I had no idea.
That's
True.
right.
This is
We that for those who don't know, and I didn't know the real word for it either. I'm like, what is it? Oh, so if you officiate, you can marry people. You can do weddings and marry people. And I've been doing. Here's what. Can I tell you the story?
Yes,
Okay.
please
Okay.
do.
This is a little story
Please
that
do.
occurred. So a very, very good friend of mine. Her name was Rachel. Lusted, and she was getting married, and Rachel says to me, oh my gosh, I remember you told me you were a minister in New York and you used to do weddings. Could you do my wedding? And I was like, yeah, of course. I just need to get certified here. No. She goes, okay. So I do it. I go down to the city, and I go to hand them the papers, and they go, oh, well, you need more than that. We've worked with your church before. They should have given you this, and this. You didn't get that. So you go back, ask them for it, come back. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I said, this wedding is in 2 weeks.
Right.
I cannot
Ooh.
come back until Friday. Am I going to have enough time for this? And they're like, you'll be okay. And you know how they are down at the city.
Right, they don't care.
Yeah, every answer is the same. The guy's like, yeah, you'll be okay. And then he's like, I'm so excited for you. You know what I mean? Like he's never changes.
Exactly.
So
It's like the DMV.
yeah, exactly. I put the paperwork in, and I'm like, I am praying to little baby Jesus, please, please let this paperwork come through, because this will. And the bride messaged me. Was like, oh, how's it going? Did they give it? I'm like, it's all good. It's good. It's such a beautiful day. 2 days before the wedding, the paperwork came through.
Oh, wow.
It is.
It is hard, yeah.
And you know, you find out, and I don't know if people know this. Nevada is the hardest place.
Yes.
To get that license to do it. It's the hardest in the country.
It is. It's hard. It's very. And it's like you say, back and forth.
So many things you have to do. You have to get an affidavit. You have to get this. You got to get that. But I love doing it. I love doing the weddings, and I do personalized ceremonies. Like I write them myself.
How cool.
So the couple says, I send them a questionnaire. They fill out the questionnaire. And in the questionnaire, it tells me, is it traditional? Is this religious? Should there be a prayer? Should there not? You know, what are the things? Who's involved? Do we mention this or that or so on and so forth? And then and I'll send you that.
Love to see
You can use it. I'll send it to you. But it gives you all the information that you need to know about what that wedding is going to be like.
What a great
how
idea.
many bridesmaids, groomsmen, daris, whole 9 yards, and then I will write. So let's say you say, well, we're fun loving. We want to laugh. We want to have some fun. So I'll write a fun one. Like one of the vows in it was, do you promise to take out the trash and pick up your clothes?
I love it.
He says, I do. And then when we got to her, do you promise not to yell at him when he doesn't take out the trash and pick up his clothes? So it's just, so we do these little fun weddings. And if you want something more serious,
That's great.
And someone said, my first, the woman, she says, I just forgot the person's name. Celebrity got married. They had a beautiful prayer in their wedding, and she wanted to use that prayer for her wedding. So then I put the prayer in her wedding and move it around and put this here and and hold on. So it's a lot of fun, and you know how it is.
Yes.
And but yours is special though. Your services are very You if you have a unique place, you talk to the voice. You have a unique place you want to do your wedding. You want to do it at Krispy Kreme, she'll be there. You want to do it at Sunset Park, she's going to take you to Sunset Park. Whatever you is, she's the destination officiant.
Exactly. No, but honestly, you would be the perfect officiant. Like I couldn't picture, like, you're perfect. Like,
it's fun.
You are, and exactly with the same thing with your style, and I think that goes with your personality. Like you're saying, you're funny. You can be serious. You can do whatever you want, and that's perfect for a wedding.
And his prices are awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Seriously.
No, and like you said, I'm very happy the voice brought this up. You're such a good person, and it reflects in everything, because you could charge $500 for this if you wanted, but your
$150.
Incredible. Yeah.
You get me for the ceremony, and
awesome.
and you get you get a custom written service, which I just think that why put people through getting a second mortgage on their homes to just to hire a minister. I don't think it's right. I think it's, in my opinion, I'm honored if somebody asks me to do their wedding, whether I know you or not. It is an honor that you want me to be part of that ceremony.
Most important day of your life. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like I said, I couldn't picture anyone better. Well, okay, so we're already at 10 minutes, which I can't believe. So let's go over everything again. Because there is so much. It's making me run out of breath. I can only imagine your mind is probably like going a million miles a minute.
My wife was like, "Why? How do you do this?"
And I love your wife, by the way.
Thank you.
You guys are perfect.
Thank you.
Absolutely perfect.
So the book will be out before Black Friday. Perfect. And you'll be able to get it on Amazon. .com, and it's called What Men Do Wrong, From Dressing to Grooming. Thank you. It was a client of mine who came up with that name. And I told him I'm writing this book. He's like, what's the title? And I'm like, I don't know what the title is. And he goes, you know what? It should be called What Men Do Wrong. And I'm like, bing!
There you go.
And love the title. So
it's so great. No, it stands out, which is always a good thing.
It's gonna be good. And then if anybody's interested in style consulting, it's www.westylinglv.com. All of our services are there. It's also a blog, so you get free pointers, free tips, free hints, things that are going to make you think about how you dress and what you do for your skin. which a lot of men don't think about, but you need to think about it. Where we're all, getting older, and we just want want that skin not to, pull it back a little bit. So that's going on, and then We Funny Comedy Show. As far as I know, we'll go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And
it has to for the next year.
It has to for the next year. That's right. I made a promise, didn't I?
It has.
So, because we have to wait for you to come to one.
Right.
That's going to be the last one. Shut it down.
Finally,
it's on. We finally got to see it. No, but every second Friday of the month, it's at Inspire Theater. Doors open at 7. You get a nice cocktail, and then 8:00 starts the show. It runs about an hour and a half. Okay. And if you come to only one or two, my birthday, which is in September, and the anniversary show, which is the second week in January, 3 years come. The place is packed. It's just a phenomenal night, phenomenal event. And then on Thursday nights, I'm going to start calling Thursday the new Saturday, because on Thursday nights we have the Gems of Comedy at the Classic Jewel downtown. And I have to say that my team, my partners are fantastic. Eric Kidd and Chelsea Cruz. We just hustle. We just hustle and try to put on the best possible shows as we can. And our whole theme is like, we want it to be fun for everybody.
Yeah.
The bartender, the servers, the DJ. We want it to be a great experience for the comedians, for the audience, for everyone. So we really focus on making it a unique experience.
And I think that's what makes it so different from everything else, because it's about everyone, and that's really cool. It's really cool.
And tomorrow night, live on Facebook, Stripped with Will Edwards, season 2 finale. Yeah. Tune in. We have activist, singer, and cancer survivor Rain Thomas. She's also an author on the show. A good friend, met her through the Will Edwards show, and we've stayed connected. And if she says, "Hey, Will, can you come and support cancer survivors," and I'm always there. So we're having her on, and she's going to talk about some great stuff. So that's tomorrow. Go to Facebook. You can either go to Show Creators Live, or you can go to my own page, which is the Will Edwards Show page, and watch it at 8 p.m., 8 to 8:30.
Perfect.
I don't do an hour show. I am not as brave as you are.
Sometimes I have to cut it short too, because I'm like, it's just too long for an hour. But this hour went by so quick.
Is it over?
Oh my god, it's almost we got like 3 minutes left. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah.
Oh, quick. Okay, get fun questions.
I forgot the fun questions I had to
ask,
here we go.
Especially
because you asked me. And you ruined my career. Okay, so if you could have dinner with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Can I only have dinner with one person, though?
Yes.
It has to be only one?
Only one.
Wow. Oh, that's hard.
I know. See?
Barack Obama.
Okay, I like that.
I got some questions.
If there was a movie of your life, what movie would it be, and who would your co-star be?
What would a movie of my life would be? It would be called Man, I'm Tired. And and who would the co-star be? Oh my gosh, these are hard. These are great questions, though. It would be my twin. That's not my twin, but it's like I have a twin. That's how I can get all this stuff done.
There you go. Perfect. It's perfect. What would you put in your ideal picnic basket?
Money. Tons and tons of money.
I won't question that one. If you could be a superhero, what would your name be, and what would your power be?
Oh boy! You know what? I always said that if I did have powers, I would want the regenerating power of Wolverine.
Oh.
That regeneration, can't die, that whole 9 yards. I don't know what would my name be. That's a
you
good
could just
one.
Be Will Edwards.
I'm just gonna just be Will Edwards, and then I'm gonna run out and I'm like, who's the Wee-Man? Oh god. Who's the black guy in tights? That would be my name.
And what would the theme song of your life be?
Theme song of my life. You have better questions than I do.
I don't. You got some pretty good ones, Will.
The theme song would be titled "Never Give Up."
There you go. I love it. Well, those are my random, I guess not so random. My random questions. So perfect.
That's great. Those questions are really quite good. I'm stealing
we do
some.
different ones, so I had to put in some of the best for you.
No, those are great. I might be stealing a couple of those.
Please do. Please do. Well, thank you so much, Will, for being on. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you for having me.
Always love you, and always please come back to the show.
You call me, I'll be here.
Perfect. Well, and please, everyone, go check it out. Like I said, I mean, really, what a perfect Christmas gift. Or if you just want to treat yourself this holiday, which I think, or any time of the year, this is a perfect treat yourself. It could be Treat Yourself Day from Parks and Rec. There you go. That could be your. You couldn't get any better.
I love it.
So please go check it out in his book, and go to his signing next week if you can at Rebar, which Rebar is great too.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a pre-release signing at Rebar, 8 p.m. Main Street.
Yes, we love Rebar. Rebar
and
is the best.
We have a handful of print copies, so get them while you can.
Exactly. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, please go check out everything. And it's a lot, but it's worth every single thing. And if you're 21 and over, or if you're waiting to be 21 and over, go and check out his shows. And thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, never give up, always believe, and you'll achieve. Thank you. God bless.